Good evening, everyone. It's Inge again. Hi. I'm here with another video, and to be honest, I wasn't expecting to make one as soon as I am doing it now, because I just wanted to have a play. A couple of days ago, I showed you my new journal. It's a Delusions. And I think the correct name is it's a Delusions large ledger journal. It's even bigger than a 4 size, I think. Well, no, not bigger. 29 centimeters by 21, and I think a 4 is like 30. But yeah, it's still for me massive. I've never done collage this big, especially not a 2-page spread. As you can see, this page is from the Autumn Stories by Maremi, and this is one of her rice papers. I used in a previous collage, I used the lace border, and this was still, and I thought it looked amazing. I had the mushroom, and that's it. I put it on with matte medium, even glued my pages on, so I had to disconnect them. And I figured, you know, I'm going to have a play with this weekend. But I was a bit terrified, to be honest, because it's so big and I couldn't really see myself working with it. And then last night, this morning, I had a little bit of a breakthrough. I realized this is the background, and I need to start treating it as a background. So the first thing I did was get out my, what I normally would do with vintage papers. I have a couple here, and this is how I started it. This is what I would normally do, you know, just put things on top that would match. Both tone-wise, a little bit of the colors. And these papers come from a web shop. I will link it below. And I think you can also get these on AliExpress or Chainmu or whatever. This is from Tim Holtz. But here's the thing. You can easily make these yourself. Because look, they're very flimsy. This is normal copy paper. And these things, the black, especially the black one, these are just prints you can find online at the Graphics Fairy. You can print it, you can coffee dye or tea dye your copy paper and then have this printed on top. Now, the one thing is, if you have a inkjet printer and you're going to be adding a lot of water, it will ruin it. But if you have it printed at a copy shop in a laser printer or with a laser printer, you can do whatever you want with it. This, I think, you can, maybe not with the red, but especially like just black and white, you can find those prints at what's it called, the Graphics Fairy. So just have a play. I mean, these images are for free, and if it doesn't work out, all you have ruined is a page of a printer paper. So have a go with it and see what you can make for yourself. Even in terms of AliExpress, this was quite expensive, but I love it, and I'm going to show you a little bit more because it's a whole package, and these are specially, you can, and I love these. I used them so many times. The things, yeah, amazing. So please go check it out. I will put the official shop in the description, but I will also put a link to the Graphics Fairy where you can have a play. So this, when I put this down, I thought, yeah, I need to treat this as a background. In any of my collages, this is like the background, and I'm going to put things on top and not worry about covering this up, because that's what it is. These are so pretty, and you think like, oh, I don't want to cover this up because, you know, everyone has to see it. But then, yeah, you end up with a sort of a naked page. That's not what we want. We want to make a cohesive, nice looking page. So when I had this, I then started to look for in the winter stories for of course more images to make sure that it looks okay. And I found this, maybe not here, but well, who knows. I really wanted to put her here. I'm going to have to cut that out, but I will, because I love how she looks here with the tree. This I made, I messed up. You know, it happens. Nothing bad happens. You can always fix it, put something over it. I like that house here because it really matches the colors. Maybe we could put a little bit there. And then there we go, the little fox. And I thought this page is really coming along together. I don't like the harsh lines, so that's why I have my paints here with me. I'm going to use Stone by Paper Artsy, a little bit of Pumice Stone, distress paints, and the Dental that Marta always uses. I'm just going to see what works. And on this page, I already had mushroom, but I found this cute little girl, guy, whatever it is. And these sweet ducks. I like them. I like them a lot. So that's what we're going to do. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I have to sneeze, but it won't. So, yeah, this is it. I have a lot more that I've already have here to play with, but I'm not sure. But this is a little bit, and I'm already really happy with. But we're going to start by perfecting our background. So these will just have to wait a little bit longer. Because we're going to start with paints and inks and stamping. Yeah, oh, and that's, I forgot. I totally forgot. You know, when I went on the shopping spree Thursday, I also found these. They're back at action for all my fellow Dutchies. If you can get these, get them. They're so versatile, so easy. Look, they have a really shiny, like plasticky top finish. This is just paper. You can just simply tear them off. There's like 50 of them, 50 in a, and they're 99 cents. There were a couple of years ago, they were there as well. And then I didn't think of hoarding them. And now I think I have 10. Sorry for the people at Heine Noord, but I've cleaned out the shelf. Because I do so much with them. And as well, like here, they're palettes, so you can just put a little bit of paint on here. Gonna see what colors we are going to. No, I think it's, or is it still? I haven't used it before. So, oh, I see, still. Hoping I'm going, yeah, there we go. Oh, well, then we don't need. There we go. That's it. Go to put that there. And we could always add a little bit more. So I'm going to start off with my brush. Looking at these colors, I really like this. Just going to see how I'm going to. The thing is, I kind of like it, the harsh brown lines, and I don't. So for here, we're going to cover up a lot, and that it really doesn't mind. But down here, I was thinking maybe we would do a little bit, make it softer, and see how we can play. Marta goes over both pages. I have some bad experiences with that, so I don't do that. I will definitely give that a try later on, but for now, no. Yeah, I like this because now it's... And see here, that's the only downside for matte medium with this paper, is when it's wet, you can really sort of damage it. And, well, you know, because everything I do is vintage, it also means that it doesn't really matter. Let me use my finger a little bit more. We'll just make it look as if it was on purpose. A happy accident, Bob Ross would say. I had such fun with my colleagues Friday. Because of course I keep them... every time I have a new follower and I get reaction from you girls, I am so excited because, like, yeah, I'm purely an amateur, just like you. I just do things for fun because it makes me happy. I have no set up plan like, oh, I'm gonna be famous or anything. I don't even want to, because that scares me, like the pressure of having to make a video. I'm going to add a little bit more of this, so we'll see if we can. And but yeah, my colleagues, we had a lot of fun, sort of fantasizing about me becoming an influencer. And one of my colleagues wanted to be my manager. But and they compared me to Bob Ross because they hadn't seen my video. So I was like, yeah, I already made some. And they looked at it. They had to laugh. That's okay. We had a lot of fun. When I hear it back, I sound like Bob Ross. So that's okay. It's not it's actually a compliment, because I used to watch Bob Ross. I really did. I loved watching his instructions. I tried it at some point. I mean, I've been crafting for well over now, I think 35 years now. And yeah, the Bob Ross was definitely a thing. But yeah, I wasn't very good at it. I have to be honest about that too. I mean, he makes it look so easy, but it's not. I can tell you. You can have some very ugly art if you're not good. But I loved how he used to talk. Yeah, he needs a little friend here. We're going to make a little squirrel or little tree where the squirrel can live. And I loved that. I really did. And this all, I mean, we're going to also bring together with some stamping. So that's okay. Going to do a little bit, try to blend this in. For some reason, the background with the rice paper is easier to handle and to blend than the papers, and which is of course understandable. But yeah, you can play a little bit more with it. And it doesn't, I mean, because it's going to be a very vintagey collage, it doesn't really need to be perfect, because I want it to look like, you know, someone made a scrapbook, and I don't know if you've seen those scrapbooks, but they're beautiful because of their age, but sometimes you can really tell, you know, it's all faded, and the glue sometimes they use gives stains, and the paper is a bit moldy or whatever. And I like that. I like how that looks. So this doesn't have to be perfect either. We're going to have a little play. We're just going to make it splotchy, and I think it will need a little bit of green. Let me try to add a little bit of water. What happens then? The paints I'm using are all completely different. The pumice stone reacts to water. The I don't know about the others too, but yeah, let me get a little bit of green. I had also bought a new color green. Yes. It's the Sage one from Paper Artsy. And I don't know if you've ever watched Paper Artsy, but oh, they also, oh yeah, look. Getting it a little bit more of that green. They dry up very with texture, almost, yeah, I mean, these are the fresco finish paints, but they really do have that grainy feeling to it, not smooth, not glossy at all. So if you're looking for matte paints that give a really matte finish, they are very, and they come in so many colors. I mean, wow. This is what I call the ugly stage, that you think, wow, what have I done? I should have just left it. But hey, I had that with the layout that I made with the door and the tree. And I felt it was so ugly, but I should have just left it and kept going. We're going to put a little bit of green back here as well. Yeah, I like that. See? Because it's almost as if it's and you can really tie it in here. This is all probably going to be covered up, so it doesn't really matter, no problems, but half of it we won't see, but I add a little bit of this to it. Just a little bit of mixed media. Yeah. I'm going to put a little bit of green here as well. I think that will really match it up. And here. Yep. Yep, I like that. So just gonna put, yeah, well, I'm going to put everything, guys. too little space on my desk. Never thought I would hear myself say that, because I have a big desk. So here we have this. This is in the rice paper, and I really like that. And I have this stencil from Stamperia. So I want to sort of continue that. And I'm going to start with, this is says tea dye, but it's not. It's vintage photo, as you can see. It was an older. I misplaced the cap and then threw out the tea dye. So, but it is. This is, and I'm going to see how that works. Maybe yeah, this doesn't work. I need a brush. Brushes work so much better with stencils. Sorry, I can't think and craft. See, that's the problem. I need to, I can't talk to you guys while I'm crafting very well. Let me see. It's very subtle, but yeah, subtle enough, I think. Subtle enough. I'm going to put a little bit of this here. And obviously it's backwards, but hey, who cares? It's not like we can read what it says anyway. Yep. Yeah, like that. Like that a lot. Again, like with what I've been saying in the other video, with the distressed backgrounds, always start light. You can always add more color. I'm going to add some stamping on top. I have several here that I like. These ones don't really do it very well. So I'm going to start with Sand Dune by Versafine Claire. This is a really subtle. It's just sticking, and we can just see how that. Oh, that looks great. I like that a lot. So just a little bit. Yeah. Is it upside down? I have no clue. I think it is. Let's put it back to what it was. And I'm going to take a little bit of a darker color. And then I will stamp it out because I don't want it, you see, I don't want it that. Just a little bit. Not too much. We just want a little bit of a play with it. Oh, see? Oh, sorry. Well, that's okay. It gives it a little bit more depth. Yeah, yeah, I like that. As if it's always been there. Totally. A bit more. See? This is where I make mistakes. This is where things don't go as they supposed to be. We have this. Do we need another one? Or are we kind of okay now? I feel that we are. So what I want to do, normally I would ink these, but here's the thing. If you ink too much, it will really draw the attention to it. And it already is a little bit, how do you say it? It's already vintage. No, I'm not going to ink it. At least not all of them. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to keep them as is. Let me see. I want to start here. Really here in the corner. Yeah, I think that will go there. I had something and I don't know what it was. It was this one, I think, that I had here. Yeah, maybe I will ink this because this looks a bit plain. Is this better? Yes, see? I like that better. Okay, let's do that. We're going to glue these down, and I'm just going to take this one for it. Oh, I need to ink this one as well because I cut it and you might see some white lines. I mean, I'm not the best fussy cutter in the world. And then inking is your best friend. It really is. I don't ink it up all the way, glue it up all the way. I just need a little bit, because I'm not going to add any, like, you know, water on top or anything. Oh, it says Christmas menu. Well, it's not Christmas yet. We're getting there, but and what I also like to do is like really get in the corners, but then stay a little bit out of it, like here, because in case you want to see, like here, put something under it, like, I don't know, for instance, a postage stamp, you can, because once you've glued it completely shut, well, there's also ways to add it on, but you have to be a little bit more creative. And this really works. So, and I'm just going to add the big things first. See? I like that so much. Grungy, instant vintage. And then we will add the details later. I love how, you know, I don't know what's like with you, but when I'm making a collage, it really needs to sort of, yeah, get to me. Like, I need a feel for it. And if I don't get that feel, it's quite a struggle. But, you know, just like adding these things, and then all of a sudden, yes, that is it. That's what I wanted to do. That is magical. Because that's the moment when I know, yes, I'm going to get a great collage and I will be happy with it. And up until then, I don't really have a fear of what they say, the blank page. I have a fear of images like these that are so pretty already. Then I'm like, oh, what am I going to add to it? Because basically I'm afraid to add too much on it. But yeah, you can see now, you can just do it. Once it's done, I'm going to look at it and be really happy. And then I'm thinking, I don't know why I was afraid of it, but that's just how things are. And it never really turns out exactly how you planned it. but that's okay. It doesn't need to. So for my vintage ephemera, like I said before, I love to go to, oh, you see, and now we have a little hole here. We'll fill it up, don't worry. I'd love to go to Tim Holtz. He has a lot. But also 49 Market, Stamperia has great images. The graphics vary. There's more and more like stamping going on, creative expressions, but also really, really vintage papers. Yeah, there's a lot. Go to your local thrift store. Go check out what they have. Tell them what you're looking for. I think I'm going to add the bigger things now. Let's see here. And maybe they can help you. You know, sometimes they get things and they don't even know what they have to do with them. Like, for instance, the thrift store in my hometown's village, they have a lot of music, like really old, and you can really tell that they've been, you know, sometimes, you know, when people die, they've been hoarding things for years and years. Okay, this I'm going to ink, because especially like this here, you know, I don't like the white edges. Ta-da! Not so much on her cap, because I want it to stay orange. Yep, there we go. I like that. This one I already fussy cut. We can add a little bit to the roof. I hope you can see what I'm doing, because I realize I'm holding it a bit close to mine. You can use glue stick for this, but you know, I don't know where it is right now. Oh, I see it. It's right in front of me, you guys. This could have been really good with a glue stick, because you know it's on the background. But hey, it doesn't need a lot of ink, of glue. And I'm using it, this one, to cover up my mistakes. And the girl as well. Now let me think, because I need to think, like, do I keep his... I love this painterly style of the fox. I really do. But then you also have to... See, now his feet look a little bit wonky. We're going to cover that up a little bit later. And I'm going to ink him as well, especially like here in the back where his tail is and where he is glued, being glued to the page. This is where the white is. I'm going to ink that up as well. Yeah. Oh, look at him. He's gorgeous. He is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not that chatty tonight. I do talk to myself when I craft, so just not a lot. Ta-da. Go. Yeah, this is it. Let me see if I have a little bit, yeah, of the little dark. It's not dark enough for my taste, so we need to see if we have something darker. And I think I have, but we could also let this dry and then add a little bit of Inktense on top. The beauty of Inktense is that it is ink and not watercolor, so it will really stain. Oh, there you go. Yeah, look at that. We need a little bit here. Ta-da! The thing I like about this glue is that it really dries transparent. This is going to go. This is going to go. Okay, now the other side. We had here the cute little girl and the ducks. It's important to get it in those little leaves. See? Go, 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 go. And let me put you in the position where I want you. Yep. Now, as for the fussy cutting here, I did leave a little border around it because it was just too flimsy. And I don't mind because the background is also creamy and stuff. So yeah, totally loving this. Ta-da! My ducks. Need to put my ducks in a row. I don't know about you, but I really love ducks. Yeah. Especially this one. You see those a lot in the Netherlands. The green. I think that this is the male. This is the female. They're always brown. You don't see them fly as much. Yay. I like that. So, I mean, look at it already. We don't need to add a lot more. I actually think I'm just going to keep it like this. I'm not going to cut it off. I have some biddity bobs. Let me share this with you. I have something here. And this, we need to ink because, you know, these are way too white. And it's okay if you don't use them. I love how they add a bit of color. And this was printed out. This was a digital kit by Seven Plaza called Field Note. But I thought it went really well here. And this is Tim Holtz. This is Tim Holtz. This is Tim Holtz. And here's the thing. These images, you can also find them on the Graphics Fairy, the membership. And you guys, this as well, you are not going to believe how many images I've downloaded from there that are being used by the big brands. So like, see, we're going to add a little bit. Maybe we need, I think I like this here. Yes. I thought this needed a little bit, or is this too bright? I think it's actually maybe too bright. Just let me play around a little bit. I like that. Oh, I think I just do this. I like that. That is fine. We're going to add this one here. And I think we're done. Yeah, that's it. We're going to do this. Now, I don't always like to add text to my collages, because it really sort of gives a direction as to what it's all about. So I don't think I will be adding it here. The theme is obvious, fall. And it's a wonderland. It's a beautiful wonderland. They're taking a stroll, you know, enjoying the wonders of nature. And it's basically an old vintage scrapbook that we found and we opened up. I mean, can you imagine finding something like this 100 years from now? Wow, that would be awesome, wouldn't it? The only thing we're going to have to do is add a little bit of extra depth. Let me get my Inktense pencil, because I forgot to put it on. I have a whole bunch of them here. Now, it's always a challenge to find the right color. Ink black, no, that's too dark. It's not purple. Red oxide, I need sepia. It's my favorite go-to color. That's this one, gray. Paint gray is also a nice color. Going to keep it out. Sepia, yeah, that's it. That is it. And I'm going to do a little bit like that here. So just so we a little bit of shade, nothing too much. We don't need a lot. Okay. And the watery parts will definitely dry up. Yeah, that's it. Here. It's okay. It doesn't have to be really neat and fancy and straight line-ish. I mean, we're going for a grungy look, and what better way to do that than by being a little bit, you know, hard-handed about it. Yeah, I think what we need is this this the sepia, a little bit here. So this one stands out a little bit more from the background. And we're also going to add, you know, a little bit around the feet. I think that will work fine. And this is what I meant with that the Inktense is an ink. Even though we've painted underneath, you can still see it. It still shows up, which is great, because sometimes with like distress ink or something, it's too light, but this will definitely work. Yeah, like that a lot. I'm going to put a little bit here, because she has some white lines, and we don't want that. I mean, after all, she's standing definitely on the ground. See? And I'm going to put a little bit back here under the mushroom, where we put some paint, because I wanted to revive that color. Yeah, I like that. Lovely. Great, great. I'm going to leave those two alone. You know what, guys? I think I'm calling this one done. I really, really love how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching. I realized I was not talking very hard, so I hope the volume is good enough. Thank you, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.